Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I'm an accountability coach and author of Get Resultsology, The Science of Getting Stuff Done. I work with people who run their own business, no boss, distractions everywhere, and never enough hours in the day. Together we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus, and follow through on the big ideas that actually move the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow, and repeat. So if that sounds like the kind of breakthrough that you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to welcome our guest expert today, Laura Jawad. Laura is an SEO strategist for female service providers and female-founded small businesses. Laura Jawad helps entrepreneurs attract more clients through the power of their websites. She has built 2 successful businesses through SEO, demonstrating firsthand the transformative power of well-executed SEO in competitive markets. Armed with a PhD and a deep passion for helping women-owned businesses thrive, Laura is the go-to expert if you're ready to make your website the hardest working member of your marketing team. Excellent idea. Love that. Laura, welcome to Goalbusters.
Thank you, Robin. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
You're extremely welcome. Thank you for being here. And whereabouts in the world are you, Laura?
I am in a city called Redmond, Washington, which is just outside of Seattle.
Oh, I can smell the coffee brewing from here.
Yep.
I love that. Anyway, don't get me lost on coffee. We'll be here all day and we don't have time. Shall we do the questions instead?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll start the clock. And there it goes. Laura, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
Well, I think, Robin, my ideal client is probably similar to yours. You described folks who are their own boss. My clients tend to be very smart, service-based business owners, often solo entrepreneurs. So think coaches, therapists, copywriters, and they've really built their businesses on grit and talent. They do not have large marketing teams. In general, my clients are not brand new to business. They have been around for a while, but they're tired of feeling invisible online, right? So usually my folks are relying on referrals and social media. And, we know those things work. They work for me too, but they're fragile. And when you're relying on those things, you're always in this reactive marketing mode. And what my ideal client really wants is like a little control and a little consistency. So she wants her website to actually do its job and get found by people who are searching for the services and solutions she provides.
Absolutely. And as you've accurately alluded to there, you've hinted heavily at the problem you solve, but maybe you'd like to dive a bit deeper into that. I'm sure you solve more than just one problem.
Yeah, I like to call myself a professional problem solver. I think that's what my PhD in oceanography, which has nothing to do with marketing, has trained me to do. That's the carryover. But specifically, I would say I solve the problem of invisibility, which I did allude to. And by that, I mean, business owners put all this time and all this money into their website, maybe into their socials, but when they Google themselves, they either don't find themselves, or their website gets a little bit of traffic, but it's not the right traffic. It's not traffic that is buying things from them. And that's super frustrating, right? Because, it leaves them in that reactive marketing mode. So what I do is I figure out what's missing. And sometimes it's that Google can't even see their website. Something is set incorrectly, or sometimes they're missing a credibility piece. Not that they aren't credible, but they're not exuding it. They're not just putting it on display, or people get to the website and they don't know what to do next. Like, it's a user experience problem. So, once we fix those gaps, their site stops being just this, pretty face or a business card, and it actually starts doing what it's supposed to do, which is getting them found and getting them clients.
Yes, absolutely. Even if your site is ugly, if it's found by enough people, it will pull. And if your site is beautiful, it won't pull. And if it's not found by
Yeah.
enough people. So yeah, absolutely. All right. So now that we have a better understanding of what you do, Laura, let's dive briefly into goal busting, focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve business goals. Could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits?
Yeah, I love this. So I will say, stop producing disposable content. That is my tip. And so, I see people just cranking out like all this beautiful content for social media, and that has a shorter shelf life than my 6-year-old's attention span, right? You're throwing that away. And so instead, I want you to put your best work on your website, right? I love a blog. I love a good blog, because that's what builds your SEO, it builds your topical authority and your discoverability for years and years to come, right? Very long shelf life. And then you can repurpose that, right? So once you've created that longer form content, you've put your time there, you can treat it like an asset you can continue to draw on. So you can share it in a newsletter, you can reformat it for socials, you can do all these things. Um, and honestly, if you're creating that content for your website, then it's a no-brainer to use AI to help you with that repurposing, right? It's still your expertise, it's still your voice, but it's an accelerant for your productivity, right? Um, so yeah, start with your website and then use AI to help you wring more out of that content investment and repurpose the heck out of it.
Yes, repurposing as a tip about productivity is not something that comes up enough, and yet it is so powerful. Thank you so much for bringing that up today, because I completely agree with you. I mean, I think part of the purpose of my life when I'm working on marketing my business is repurposing my material again and again and again,
Yeah.
because it's just a no-brainer that that is a very efficient way of using your time, and often your core message is fine. You just need to get it out there and in front of people, and that's where your expertise comes in with
Yeah.
SEO.
Distribution. Make sure you're distributing the content you create.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much. So finally, what should I have asked you today, Laura, that I didn't? And your answer, please.
Okay. Um, I am going to answer the question you skipped. So I'm going to answer the question, what is a valuable free action that my audience
I
can implement?
did. I
You
am
skipped the
so
question.
sorry. I did, and I didn't
I
do
know.
that on purpose.
No,
I
that's okay because we're
apologize.
getting close to the 7 minutes,
Oh,
but
that's all
I
right.
had it. I had a good question for the last one too, but I do want to answer this one
Please
because,
do.
it's a total bug up my butt as an SEO. So what I want your listeners to do is to put themselves in the mind of their ideal client. Okay. Think about the words that your clients use when they search for you. What do your ideal clients call you? And what do they call your service? And bonus points if you go do the actual voice of research or voice of customer research, but at a minimum, put yourself in their mind. And then I want you to go to your homepage, do a little Command F, and search for those words. Because the top thing I flag on audits, 9 times out of 10, those words are not on your website. People are really, really good at talking around what they do, being clever, being creative, and they forget to explicitly say what they do in their customers' words on their website. Okay. So go search for it. If it's not there, put it there and specifically in your above the fold headline. Because you can do, I could tell you to go do a free audit. I could tell you to do all kinds of other things. But ultimately, if you don't have the context on your website, if you don't have the right words, no one is going to find you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry that we missed that question, and I'm not going to just hang up on you. I would very much like to hear what your final question is, not what it was going to be, and we will make the time for it because you're our guest and that's what we asked you to do.
Okay. I know you were worried about me falling short of time, right? Okay, so the question that I love to be asked is, if someone already has the basics of SEO on their website, if someone who's listening is not like a total beginner, what should they focus on next? And what I will tell that person is that once those basics are covered, your next step is building your brand reputation. So thinking about how you show up online outside of your website, because Google doesn't look at your website in isolation anymore. When it's considering how to rank your website, it's looking at where else do you show up? Are you credible? Do other people vouch for you? And so it doesn't mean you need to be an influencer. It doesn't mean you need to be posting on every single platform out there, but it does mean that you have to have a presence outside your website. So guest on a podcast, right? Post a short video to YouTube, collect reviews on your Google business profile, keep one social media account active, even if it's lightly active. But all of those activities send signals back to Google that you're real, that you're credible, that you are worth surfacing in search. Okay. So you don't have to be everywhere, but you have to be visible in a couple of people so that Google and so that people trust you, right?
That's fantastic. Thank you. And thank you for your patience with me. In my defense, I've got new glasses. No, that's not a very good defense. That's a terrible defense. But actually also to our listeners and viewers, I hope you will agree that Laura has given us extra value today. And SEO is such a complicated topic if you don't live and work on it every single day. It's constantly changing. So it is wonderful to hear from an expert on it who can give us information that I know a lot of what you've said today has been around for years, but a lot of it hasn't, and a lot of it doesn't work anymore. So thank you. That not what you said, but things that were tried in the past. So thank you so much.
Changed a lot.
Yeah, it's changed a lot, is what I'm trying to say. So I'll make I thank people for their patience in listening a bit longer, but I make no apology for it because Laura delivered incredible value. Thank you so much. Speaking of delivering incredible value, it's also important that people know how to reach you, and also being very cheeky, or it's not really cheeky, it's a good way of people connecting with you when they're not quite ready to perhaps message you. Is there like a valuable free resource they can get from you as well, so they can get a bigger taste of what you do?
Yeah, 100%. And heads up, the free resource gives you an in to my inbox. So I love it when people reach out. But the best place to find me is on my website. You might not be surprised by that. And on there, I've got a resource for your audience called SEO Simplified, because SEO doesn't need to be so complicated. SEO Simplified in particular, it's a keyword research workbook, and it helps you do that very first step of SEO, which is figuring out the exact words that your clients are typing into Google and then using those words on your website, right? The thing that I talked about earlier. Most business owners skip this step. They talk around what they do. They try to be clever, but if your client can't see themselves in your homepage headline, they're never going to find you, right? So SEO Simplified, it'll walk you through those brainstorming phases. It'll tell you exactly what to do. There's a special link set up for your audience, so you can get that resource at laurajawadmarketing.com/goalbusters.
Oh, that's fantastic. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. And once again, thank you for being patient with me today. And I'm really thrilled. We've really made a lot of use of you. We've made you work quite hard, and you've delivered incredible content. I'm glad I didn't cut you short because everything you said was useful. Anybody that is working, thank you. Anyone that is working with their websites and SEO, I encourage you to go through the transcripts as well, because there's so much detail that Laura has packed in for us today. So Laura, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been such a pleasure, Robin.
Thank you. And remember, everybody, keep goal busting and make your future self proud. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.